Okay, my name is Qualified, and I call myself qualified because I am qualified to be speaking on whatever I'm speaking on when I'm speaking on it, and I'm not just subject to one qualification. In this video, I will leave the link to the whole video of what I'm about to play. And in this video, and I'm gonna give you all my assumption of what I think the world agenda is and who I think is presenting this world agenda and where I think the world agenda comes from the group of people and how it comes. So, um, let's go ahead and start. I'm not gonna play the whole video, but I'm gonna play some of the video until I get my point of where I want to explain. And once again on this video, I'm gonna leave a link in the description. If you want to watch and subscribe to these people, you can go ahead and do that. But make sure you share my stuff because, like I said, man, I'm the first. I ain't the first to be doing this, but man, if you go back in a couple of videos, I don't know which video it was, but I'll talk about some of this stuff that was what I'm about to play. Also, I still have, if you've been keeping up with these videos, I'm still going to make some more videos on finding the Egyptian gods and goddesses and where they come from. It's just in the meantime, I'm putting other videos out because I have a lot to talk about and a lot to uncover. And that Egyptian gods and goddesses, man, that's gonna be the keystone of things. And the more I look into it, the more deep I get into this stuff and where it makes me like, man, for real. So let me go ahead and get that video up and play this video for y'all real quick because it's some real stuff. Like man, things are getting exposed out here. For real. All right, man. So I'm gonna play some of this video and then I'm gonna break it down and I'm gonna show y'all what I was talking about and I'm gonna show y'all after this some of this video play. It's a 15-minute video. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. After some of this video play, I'm gonna break down to y'all my theory of the world agenda, who's doing it, and the difference between white and black. So, all right, man. Stay tuned. Let's get into this. Nazi racist. I'm not subscribed to him, but I'm gonna subscribe. But even though, whatever. But let's get to it. But how are people black when the first two people that were made are white?
I've read through the Bible quite a few times, and I might have to read it again because I can't remember where it mentions they were white. They were naked, though.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen.
Right, so a lot of biblical facts are coming out to light, and for the longest time, many of us were made to believe that biblical figures were white.
Right, and this whole avalanche started when Putin revealed the true color of Jesus. And of course, black people, specifically black Americans and Jamaicans, they've been saying this throughout, but people didn't used to take them with the seriousness it deserved because many of us were brainwashed to believe that Jesus is white and so are the characters in the Bible.
Can you imagine that? Anyway guys, in today's episode we're gonna be playing you a video of her sister who is setting some biblical facts straight. So let's just watch that and then we come back and talk about it. But consider subscribing if it's your first time here, and share your thoughts and opinion on the comment section about what you think about this episode. Let's watch and then we come back.
If you believe in the Bible, answer these questions. Now, only one answers. I don't need to know you lost or you dumb or none of that shit. Just answer my questions, please. And all these answers should match because y'all all believe the same book. So in the Bible, it says Adam and Eve was the first people on this earth, right? But then how did all other races evolve? If two Caucasian people or whatever race they was, how could they possibly make other races? And better yet, wouldn't we all be related? Another question, Noah's Ark.
My guy, honestly, it kind of make me sad how nobody in the comments can answer this man's questions, but I can. All right.
Pause before the video go on even further. The reason that they can't answer his questions is because most so-called religious people, pastors, this and that, Jehovah's Witness, whatever you want to call yourself, they don't read the lost books of the Bible. It's called the lost books of the Bible for a reason. Let's continue.
All right, so first what you messed up at is when you brought up Adam and Eve and saying how two Caucasians can make other races. Let's start off by saying Adam and Eve was not white, they was not Caucasian. But two black people can make other races, which is called the Eve gene. You can just go read up on that yourself. Not to mention the oldest bone found in the world is from a black woman. Now let's get to the book of Enoch, which was taken out of the Bible.
Skip all that. I mean, I'm gonna continue, but what I don't believe in no Eve gene, man. Because if it's black and black, you're gonna keep continuing to make black. It may be lighter shades of black. You may occasionally somehow get an albino, but I don't believe in that Eve gene. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if it was black on black on black on black, you're gonna continue the black population. You know what I'm saying? There's no other color that's gonna come from black besides black. But everybody got their own opinion. Let's continue.
The book of Enoch was taken out of the Bible because it was rejected by the Jews, because it contained prophecies pertaining to Christ. Now let's get into how other races was really made while using the Bible. Scientists honestly proved that the Bible was real without even knowing it, honestly, when they found out about the Neanderthal DNA. I do not know if y'all know about the fallen angels. Everybody in this world was black to start off with. The fallen angels were sent down here to watch over the people. But instead, they started having sexual intercourse with the people. With the fallen angels having sexual intercourse with the people and disobeying God, they had kids and created giants. Which then giants started to have kids, which created Nephilims. And when the Nephilims began to have kids, they created Neanderthals. Which scientists proved that Neanderthals did exist. Which then the Neanderthals began to have kids. And not only that, where those people was living, there was a lot of sun. The Neanderthals couldn't take the heat, so they hibernated to the Caucasus Mountains, which then the Neanderthals began to have kids, which began to create this. Caucasians were made, not born. It's a mutation. Also, and since you talked about the bloodline, God speaks about how after the third or fourth generation, you lose a certain bloodline. Kind of like if a black person have a kid with a white person. That kid is 50% black, 50% white. Then say that kid goes back to a black person. Now that kid is going to be 75% black, 25% white. Then after that kid goes back to a black person, that kid is still going to have an itsy bitsy piece of white DNA. But after that kid goes back to a black person, the white has disappeared. And it's
I'm gonna leave the link in the description. That's all I wanted to show for that. I'm not for to play the whole thing, so now I gotta break my stuff down. So now, like I said, man, let me take it back. I agree with Dr. Umar, man. I don't agree with him with everything and all the things he go on, but I agree with him that black people should. I'm not racist, man. Black people can't be racist, number one, because we not like first. First of all, I feel like black people, if you're gonna make a baby with another black person, not a white person. Because you putting that baby slightly through hell. You know what I'm saying? You putting that baby through hell because now that baby got to go through with the white people being called. Man, I don't cuss, but the N word is not a cuss word because it's describing our race and it's not technically so whatever in the Bible. So they calling us niggers, right? They calling that a nigger baby, half nigger baby, whatever, whatever. That baby gonna work in the house, whatever, whatever. When it come down to it, that baby ain't pure white. So the white people don't want the baby. The white people don't want that white person. That white person gonna have black feelings. That white person can in tune with their black side because they part a little bit black. So that's probably where we get some white people that have empathy for us because they part of that. Other whites have a little empathy for us because they want a taste of us, but they don't feel what we feel and they don't come from where we come from or understand certain things that we understand because they ain't lived the life we lived. And even if they live the life we live, they still gonna side with the white side because it's within their blood. It ain't in you. I mean, it ain't on you, it's in you. You can't feel it unless it's in you. You know what I'm saying? If you get what I'm saying, you can get what I'm saying. So if you keep creating blacks with blacks with blacks with blacks, that's gonna make your genes stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. White people wanting to have babies with us to make their gene go on and their family line and their bloodline go on. Listen, let me take it up out of this. Man, I don't know which video I said this in, but I said this in a video. I said this in a video. I don't know which video I said this in, but I said white people come from the Caucasus. I said white people come from the Caucasus Mountains. It's the reason white people are called Caucasians. Obviously, man, I showed y'all the book of Enoch when I broke down Egyptian gods and goddesses part 1. I didn't read the entire book, but I read enough to know this and that and that. Babies on babies on babies. I ain't read enough to know that the babies had this and had that and had Neanderthals. But obviously, if the angels having sex with women, you thinking the giants ain't finna have sex with women? If the angels teaching sorcery to the women, you think the women ain't gonna teach that sorcery to the giants? David was a giant and he challenged Goliath. I mean, Goliath was a giant and he challenged David back in the biblical days, BC, back in the BC days. So let's go ahead and get this up. Let's go. Christopher Columbus, yada yada, blah blah blah, come from the Caucasus Mountains, right? You don't know, but Christopher Columbus come from the Caucasus Mountains region. Pirates come from the Caucasus Mountains region. Pirates are white people. Okay, I'm going off because I'm gonna put that into another video. But my agenda of the video is to I'm getting y'all on the inside of what the world agenda is. If the if if the fallen angels if the fallen angels had sex with women, created giants, and everybody like to say the Nephilims is giants, whatever. If fallen angels had sex with women, created giants, that's a birth defect. That's not of God creation because the angels had sex with women and they created a giant. That giant is not something of God's creation, which is in the book of Genesis. The book of Enoch come from the book of Genesis. So with God's creation, he created people that look like me and you and you and you. I ain't necessarily talking about the skin, but if you notice this though, these dreads, this hair like this curled hair, it get wet, it frizzes up. It's hard to pick out and comb out. I can do anything with it, braid it, dread it, twist it, cut it, wave it. But other races can't do that besides people that look like me with this skin. And I'm the bottom of the bottom, meaning I come from the hood. Bottom of the bottom of the bottom. So in back then times, I would be a peasant because I come from the hood and this and that, dealing with the caste system. Majority of the people that were like this with this skin come from that in the caste system. So, which is Jesus. Jesus was a peasant. Anyways, going off and going off and going off. Back to the story. If the giants had, if the angels had sex with women, created giants, birth defect. If the giants had sex with the women, so-called Nephilims, birth defect. If the Nephilims had sex with more women, had Neanderthals, birth defect. And they man, we don't know what she's saying to be true, but obviously you can't say it ain't true because you ain't read the book of Enoch. Read the book of Enoch and let me know. So to what that standard and what that saying is, we gonna stick with that because we know giants came from fallen angels. I read that to you out the book of Enoch. Like I said, I didn't read too far enough to know if giants had babies, but what man on this earth gonna not have sex with a woman? Tell me that. So obviously the giants had sex with women. Boom, 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 boom. They all hibernated to the Caucasus Mountains. So if the Cauc, so first of all, we know from the Book of Enoch, just taking what I told you from the Fallen Angels video. If you ain't watched the Fallen Angels video, it said that the angels stood on Mount Hermon and they sworn to do this and to do that or whatever before they had sex with the women. So they had sex with the women. I mean, they was on a mountain. I think it was Mount Hermon. It's somewhere within this region. This region right here. This is the Holy Land, man. This is the Holy Land. Whatever. We don't know what it all consists of, but that Middle Eastern part is the Holy Land. So it's the reason it's called the Black Sea. So just to be sure, I already typed it up. Let's get it back up. Caucasus Mountains. Let's get it back up in depth. Look at this. Oh, I had it in red. But at the end of the day, man, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, whatever, all these weird typing Germanish. So listen, because man, I just gotta explain my point. I know I'm going off, and you may not like it, but I gotta explain what I'm saying so you can beat it in your head and know that this stuff ain't fake, man. They call Caucasians a Caucasian for a reason. They call us niggers for a reason. They throw our stuff out. We're the real Native Americans. Black skins, black people, we're Native Americans. Skip what you heard. Skip what you heard. Everybody migrated and shifted. It was once Pangea. Pangea was the separation of all the continents. All the continents was once together. They separated. Different tribes went here, this, that, this, that, this, that. We, some blacks were already in America. They make it seem like Native Americans. Who are Native Americans? Because why does the Native Americans look like white people? There's no such thing, man. The Mexicans control Mexico, California, Arizona, them little southern west regions. Them is where Mexicans were and settled or whatever, but they're still off branches of black. We're going to get there later. The Middle Eastern, they'll never talk about the Middle Eastern part of America, the middle part of America, Missouri, Idaho, Kansas, Indiana, Illinois. They'll never talk about the Middle Eastern regions of America during the Wild Wild West times. Tennessee, they'll never talk about them places because them places had real black people with black skin with good hair that was in them places, man. It's evident. It travels down with our bloodline now. Black people would have good hair if they didn't perm it. Why is black people perming their hair? Why are you doing something that the white person told you to do? You messing yourself up because they want you to disgrade yourself because they want to feel higher up because obviously they're descendants of the devil. They're descendants of fallen angels. They're descendants of demons. So they're trying to bring in the Antichrist, their leader, their ruler. It's a reason why they call the police pigs. It's a reason why we call these white people pigs. All whites ain't the same because some whites got some black in them. But some blacks got some white in them and they act white. All people ain't the same. You got some whites that arrive for the blacks. You got some blacks that arrive for the whites. And it's sad because you don't even know your history. You ain't reading enough. You ain't even got to read. If the Holy Spirit is within you, if you black, you got the Holy Spirit. You descendants of Moses. So what I'm saying is, if what she said was what she said, but we know it's part true to what it is, because I read you the book of Enoch. If you watch the first book, the first version of I read you the beginning of the book of Enoch. I may not have read it straight through. But in one of these videos coming up, I will read, and it may be parts on parts, but I will read the book of Enoch from beginning to the end. Because the book of Enoch goes to the part of Genesis. And all you got to do, you can be riding down the street. You can be riding down the street right now. Or whatever. You ain't got to really watch me. All you got to do is listen to what I'm saying. You ain't got to watch nothing, just listen. And it'll play. and you will understand. And it'll make you want to watch and pull over or whatever or go home and watch it. But what I'm saying is, I will read the book of Enoch from beginning to the end. The book of Enoch comes from the book of Genesis. The book of Genesis is the beginning of time, coming with the fallen angels. When all God's creation and whatever from heaven came down and they all walked the earth at one time. So if the angel just put this in your head, I gotta put it in your head one more time. If the angels had sex with the women and created giants, if the giants had sex with the women and created whatever, if the women, I mean, if whatever had sex with the women, blah 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 blah, it goes down the timeline, goes down the timeline. That's why you need to watch the rest of the video. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm finna click the rest of the video so you can see what she's saying. I'm finna play the rest of the video so you can see what she's saying. And if you like that, man, go subscribe to these two girls, two women, two whatever, two black women, two black girls, whatever they are. Go subscribe to them because they brought this to me and I'm bringing it to you. And share what I'm saying because, or like what I'm saying, like the video because, man, there's some true stuff. The truth is coming out. Obviously, we know Jesus was black. Pause before I continue. I gotta break this down. I'm gonna say this real quick, then I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. White people, right? It said they hibernated to the Caucasus Mountains. Everything has a defect besides black people, right? We can exist in any environment. We can exist in the cold. We don't like the cold. It's the reason why white people like the cold. It's the reason why white people walk around with shorts on when it's 10 degrees below zero. It's the reason why white people out here polar plunging in a negative 20-degree weather in frozen lakes. It's a reason why white people out here ice fishing. It's a reason why white people hunt deers, hunt bears, hunt frogs and rabbits. That's not something black people do. It's you making yourself like it if you a black person and you do it. If you a black person and you go hunting, I don't care what you saying or how you say it. If you a black person and you go hunting for deer, cooking deer meat, when you ain't even got to, you ain't gotta hunt. You can go to the store and buy some food. But you out here hunting, it's because you got white friends and they done programmed it into your head that this is okay. They done programmed it into your head that you like to shoot guns. There's no reason for a black person to own a gun besides protection. But we out here owning it to kill each other. They out here owning it to hunt and kill us. They out here hunting deers and killing us with the same gun that they done hunted the deer with. And we out here killing each other with the same gun. It's because we lost in the mind. We lost. We don't even know who we are as a people. We don't even know who we are as a people. So we lost, and they're going to keep us lost until a lot of us wake up. And a lot of y'all ain't trying to wake up to the end of time, man. It's more white people that don't believe in God than it does black people. But anyways, I'm going off. Like I said, white people, they get sunburned in the skin, and they get sunburned in the summertime. White skin gets sunburned in the summertime. Black people don't get sunburn. We don't get winter burn. We don't get cold burn. We exist in any environment. We love the sun. We love the heat. We love the hot. We hate the cold, but we can exist. We can deal with it. We hate the cold, but we can deal with it. So the Neanderthal. Let me, man. This video gonna be whatever it is. If you in tune, man, stay tuned with it. I don't be trying to make these long videos, but man, when you like the way a person talking and you like what a person talking about, you gonna watch these videos. It's just my stuff ain't hit a larger audience. Once you hit a larger audience, man, you gonna like these videos. So let's get it on. Where do Neanderthals? wh- Skip all that because they're gonna take us around. Did Neanderthals live in the Caucasus Mountains? If it say Neanderthals lived in the Caucasus Mountains, I rest my case. I rest my case. They say black people come from apes. Okay, we come from apes, but y'all come from Neanderthals. First of all, they love to call us niggers, right? What we need to start doing is calling them Neanderthals. I guarantee 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, literally 9 times out of 10, you're gonna make that white person mad. They call you a nigger, black, blah, 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 blah. Call them a Neanderthal. 100% you're gonna make them mad. Guaranteed. Because in their mind, oh, I'm not a Neanderthal. Neanderthals are done this and that, blah, 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 blah. Neanderthals didn't even know how to make fire to whatever, whatever, whatever. It's a birth defect, man. They descendants of fallen angels that had sex with humans. It's gonna be some type of birth defect. Notice this. Let me keep typing. Notice this though. All that incest stuff didn't start causing birth defects. All that incest stuff didn't start causing birth defects until you seen white people having sex with their cousins. I'm not saying we're supposed to have sex with our cousins, but when white people have sex with their cousins, then you get birth defects. Because you can't mix bad with bad and try to get whatever you think is good. Look at the screen. I ain't typing mountains. I type in didn't Neanderthals live in the Caucasus. I meant to put in mountains. Caucasians come from Caucasus. However you think it comes. I'm finna show you on the map one time. I know I'm saying this, saying that, but man, every time I say this, I think some other stuff. Yes, Neanderthals lived in the Caucasus Mountains during the Middle Paleolithic period. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't even know if I put that video out yet. Because I've been doing so many videos and I don't know which ones I want to put out. Man, I done did that video. I done did a video, went through the Neolithic period, in the Paleolithic period, in the pre-dynasty period. Man, all these is BC times, man. These are BC times, C times, BC times. So let's go ahead and take it to back to the maps, back to the maps. Dang, I just exited it out. That probably was the maps. I don't know what that was, but I just exited that page. But okay, so listen. I know y'all heard of Pirate Blackbeard, Blackbeard, Blackbeard. He was the only pirate with a black beard. I don't know. They call him Pirate Blackbeard. Whatever. He come from the Black Sea area. What is his name? Christopher Columbus. Come from Turkey. His grand ancestors, whatever you want to call it, ancestors, granddad, grandparents, grandmas, come from the Caucasus Mountains. Look it up. I'm not going to do all that. Caucasus Mountains is this region right here. Follow the mouse. Boom, 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 boom. If you listening, if you driving, don't look, but look when you need to look. Georgia, this whole black area, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, all that's the Caucasus Mountains. It's cold up there. Let's get that picture back up. Oh, they want to show a good image. Now, a green image. Man, what are photos? Let me get another. Come on now. There's a reason why white people like the cold. Look at the Caucasus Mountains, man. Look at that. It's cold out there. Where did the angels retreat to? Where did the angels retreat to before they made that pact, before they had sex with the women? They went to Mount Hermon. They was on top of the mountains. Why would the Neanderthals go to the mountains? Why does not any black people go to the mountains? Why didn't Egyptians go to the mountains? Why didn't Jesus go to the mountains? But why did Neanderthals go to the mountains? Tell me that. Tell me that. So I'm gonna go back into this video afterwards. If you still in tune, watch it. So bam, they travel. White people like to travel, obviously, because they traveled to the Neanderthals. I mean, I'm tripping. They traveled to the Caucasus Mountains. They traveled to the Caucasus Mountains, right? They come. They come. It's a reason why white people don't like black people. Remember, I said in one of these videos, I'm gonna find out why white people don't like black people. It's because black people with my type of hair, with this hair, You call it nigger hair with this hair. We the original ones, man. We the original ones, man. Skip what you heard and how you heard it. All these other races come from us. Mating, whatever you want to say. Chinese, this, that, this, that, this, that. They all come from black people. But anyways, they travel, oh, all this land. Oh, it's people that look like us. All this land. There's a lot of black people here. Oh, all this land. All this land. Oh, water. Anybody want to travel across the water? They get their boats again. Back on them boats. Oh, we traveling. Oh, your people want to settle here? Yeah, we'll settle here. They didn't settle in Ireland. They didn't settle in Russia. Russia, Ireland. Remember I said red hair in one of them videos? I said red hair, black hair. I said you get the yellow beards, red hair, yellow beards or something from Ireland. Some settled there. Some settled here. Some settled there. Some settled in London. Some settled in London. Come on now. Who's in London? Queen England, right? Queen Kings, whatever, of London, Britain, Lenin, blah, blah, London, whatever, United Kingdom, whatever, man, United Kingdom owns the United States. They found that place before they found the United States. Boom. They go, oh, it's other land. They come across this first, they come across Canada, then they come to the Maine, New England, New Hampshire, New York. Oh, they settling good over here. They settling good. To where these people settle. I'm giving you my history of what I feel like how it happened. To where these white people settle, they getting so far apart from these people in United Kingdom, they battling because they want this land. They're like, well, blah, 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 whatever how they talking. They want this land, bam. United States win. They colonize and they get all this land. The United States win that from the other white people that they travel with over there. They win this from that. They still sign a peace treaty or whatever to get along and make trades and goods because the United Kingdom got all the goods and good land and good agriculture land product region because over in that region it's sunny and hot. So you got all the goods and all the things, beans and everything being grown 24/7. They need it. It's cold over here. It's freezing. They experiencing weather that they ain't never had before. It's cold over here in 6 months out the year. We can't grow anything because it's not growing. It's too cold to grow plants. They make a treaty. Okay, we'll send you this if we can get this. Boom. United Kingdom owns the United States. Skip what you heard and how you heard it. The United Kingdom owns the United States. So they colonizing these states, right? They colonize all these states. They traveling, they traveling, they traveling, they traveling. Now this is in the 1700s. Now this is in the 1700s. They traveling. They stumbling across upon other people within the region of land. And they like, who are these people? This is my land. I was here first. I got it more settled. I'm having goods come over. I need this land. I want to build my camp here, my base here. And they took it from the people that was already there. And now they done got so acquainted. They done been doing all this traveling and stuff. And it's somebody from the history that had to been told telling them something in their ear from the way back when, back then. Just like how most white people don't like black people. They don't know why, but it's been passed ancestral down. Now the current ones don't know why they don't like us. They just don't like us. But when they're around us, they like us. They don't know why they don't like us, but it's been passed down and passed down and passed down. Then when they go back, they figure out where it came from, who they came from. It's the reason why we can trace back white people history and can't trace back blacks. So now they're trying to usher in the Antichrist because that's their God. Like I said, most white people don't even believe in God. Because if they did, it wouldn't be pornography, it wouldn't be drugs, it wouldn't be infiltrating the city and things like that with drugs and guns, with cigarettes, with sex on TV, degrading the black man, beating the black man down, trying to make the black man do sexual things and sexual favors for money, making the black man submissive, taking him away from his home, from raising his kids. It wouldn't be none of that if they was the same as us. Anyways, with that being said, let's continue this video.
Soon to go back to its natural race. And it's soon to go back to its natural race. So sooner or later, that whole bloodline will be wiped out. So think about where that bloodline will be at after thousands of years has passed. You had a lot of questions, so now I gotta make a part 2.
Be related? Another question, Noah's Ark. So y'all truly believe that Noah grabbed 2 of each animal and put them on a boat and none of them ate each other? But y'all call me a deceiver and an antichrist for not believing in something that obviously doesn't make sense. So I just want to know, how do we repopulate after Noah's Ark if God flooded the whole entire planet and only Noah and his family survived? Y'all saying that Noah's our ancestors? So you telling me this guy right here, including me, and this guy has the same ancestor and we're all related? I really want to see what answer y'all can give me for that. Just think about how you sound while you're typing it. Another question, if heaven and hell is real, you have to die to go to heaven and hell.
My guy. So you truly believe that if God can speak to Noah and his people to create the ark, that he couldn't spiritually speak to the animals to let them know not to eat each other? He created human and animals. I'm pretty sure he could speak to both. Also, have you not heard of the Eve gene? The Eve gene is a mitochondria DNA that could create any color of race. So let's talk about the book of Enoch that was taken out of the Bible. I don't know if y'all know the scripture of the book of Enoch where it talks about Noah's father and mother going up to Enoch telling him that Noah looks like the kids from the fallen angels, as if he's a descendant of the fallen angels. You can go watch my part 1 to tell you how people were created in different shades and forms. Noah was of a pale skin, albino. That's why his father and mother was scared of him and said that he looked like the children's descendants of the fallen angels. He was a pale skin and colored eyes. Also, God talks about the 4th and 5th bloodline where your bloodline will wear out after a certain amount of generations. So yes, Noah did have to repopulate the world. Him and his family. Noah was albino and his wife was black, which she contained the Eve gene. After a certain amount of generations, your bloodline will wear out. For instance, if a black person has a kid with a white person, that kid's gonna be 50% black, 50% white. Then if that kid goes to a black person soon, their kid is gonna be 75% black, 25% white. And if their kid goes to a black person, that kid is gonna only have like 1% of white inside of them. Then after that, sooner or later, that bloodline of white will be wiped out. That kid will only be of one race. That bloodline has been thinned out. Also, you can go watch my part 1 to show you how Caucasians was made, which basically answers this question also. But there were curses put upon his people. So after thousands of years, your cousin far, 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 far on this side is black, and your cousin far, 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 far on this side can be white. But you will never know. That's the power of life. And that's the power of Yah. So you can't also just read.
Yeah, pretty much I done played what I needed to play. If you want to finish watching the video, like I said, I'll leave the link. But that's enough of that. So anyways, that's the end of that. Man, until then, more videos is on the way.